Y'all think you know country music? I bet you didn't know this. Part 218. Back in 1989, Nashville songwriter Paul Nelson was getting together with another Nashville songwriter named Dave Gibson, who we've talked a good bit about on this show. Now, Dave, of course, would go on to be one half of the Gibson-Miller Band, along with Mr. Blue Miller. But Dave and Paul had never written together before, so they was really looking forward to sitting down and seeing what they could come up with. Well, before long, they started working on a song, but after a little while, Dave just really wasn't feeling it. So he said, I really don't like the way this one's headed, the way we're crafting this one. Dave said, man, I want to write a song like you and your brother Gene wrote 18 Wheels and a Dozen Roses, something that really means something. And Dave said, I know you got an idea there in your book. Then he pulled out this idea that he had started working on. As soon as Dave even saw the title wrote down on the page in that book, he said, what? Man, that's killer. So Paul started playing the melody that he had been messing around with and singing some of the lyrics that he came up with. Well, needless to say, Dave loved it. And 2 hours later, they had written them a song. Little did they know at the time that to this day, they had written what would become one of the most memorable country music songs of all time. The name of that song is Ships That Don't Come In. Well, they demoed the song and they pitched it to everybody in Nashville. But everybody kind of passed on it. They're pretty scared of it. Now, there's probably a couple of reasons why. I mean, it was a very serious song, real deep. So most everybody was probably thinking it was way too deep for country radio. And the other thing was there was a line in there that was pretty controversial for that time, especially. But that line was so important and pivotal to the song that both Dave and Paul absolutely left it in. But the issue with that is it had a word in it that had never been said on country radio in that context before. As a matter of fact, the only time it had been said on country radio at all is in The Devil Went Down to Georgia when Charlie Daniels said son of a bitch. But it had never been used in this context. We bitch about a dollar when there's those without a dime. And Dave said without a doubt, that line right there kept us from getting it cut by Alabama. Dave also pitched the song to Tony Brown, who was producing the Oak Ridge Boys at the time. But everybody passed, except one. Because finally in 1992, the one and only Mr. Joe Diffie heard the song from his producer, Mr. Bob Montgomery. And Joe loved it, but he too had his concerns about the depth of this song. He was putting out songs like If the Devil Danced in Empty Pockets and all these upbeat country radio songs. So he was a little worried to put something so serious out at that time. So his producer, Bob Montgomery, said, let's just go in the studio and you just sing it one time. If you don't like it, we'll move on. So he did. And after he sang it that one time, he loved it even more. Ships That Don't Come In will be included on Joe Diffie's 1992 record, Regular Joe, a great album. And it will be the second single released from that record. It peaked at number 5, and I'm sure if it didn't have that little word in it, it bothered everybody, it would have been a number 1 hit. But sometimes a number 1 hit don't really matter. It's a lot bigger than that. This song is one of them situations. A lot of radio stations just refused outright to play it, unless Joe changed bitch to gripe. But then after long, a few other stations started playing it, and then everybody just followed them, and everybody played it. I guess everybody kind of realized that the song was not centered around one little cuss word, and there was a lot bigger picture than that. And they got their panties out of a wad to let that song live its life on country radio. That song was and is that good. It's also Final Things that Mr. Toby Keith recorded just a few years ago. We should all thank Dave Gibson and Paul Nelson for writing this masterpiece of a song. And Joe Diffie is missed every day. He's one of the best in country music, in my opinion. But we got to thank him too, and I think he hears us just for having the balls to record this song at the height of his career. I appreciate y'all watching. I ask that you share this with your friends. Leave in the comment the first time you heard this song. Tell me how you felt. Or leave in the comments your favorite Joe Diffie song or your favorite Gibson Miller Band song. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see you next time.
So here's to all